guys? Well, a lot of you guys know him out there. He's Pulp MX's biggest man out. Of course, it's Steve Methhes. Steve, welcome to MXTV again. Great to see you here at Vegas.
Yeah, man. It's my hometown. I live here. The show is produced here. Everything's here. So for me, it's nice to wake up in my bed in the morning and head to the Supercross.
And literally, your show's in one of the back rooms out there. It freaked me out when I saw that.
Yeah, it is. It's just in our house in a den, and that's it. We like to say it's at the MGM. Here we are. Thank you for tuning in. Those are the lines. They'll soon be on their way out of from what I hear. But we're lying, actually. It's at my house.
Mate, you guys seem to have a really good fun time. Is that really how it comes off?
Yeah, it really is. You know, myself and Kenny Watson, the co-host, we've been long-time acquaintances, let's say. We're not real friends, and it comes across on the show because sometimes we get into arguments about the sport or whatever, but you know what? That makes for good radio. And a lot of people, there's the Kenny Watson fans, and then there's the Methhes fans, and, you know, sometimes people pick sides, but it's sometimes frustrating for me and him because we don't get along, but I think it makes for a good show.
I was like, that guy is awesome.
One of the things that really blows my mind is how much you know about the sport and how much you can remember about the sport, mate. It's unbelievable. You must do a lot of background work before you get the guys on.
Yeah, you know, just grew up with it. It's in my life. It's in my blood. I know it all. I've been following it a long time. And now, you know, I've been on the AMA circuit doing the Supercrosses and Nationals as a mechanic or as a media guy 16 years now. So I've been doing it a long time. Big fan of the sport, and I think that comes across in whatever I write or talk about. I think that's cool.
Now, you really do speak your mind most of the time. Is there times when you've had to hold back because of political reasons?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And I've gotten myself in trouble for things that I've spoken about. I've had, you know, people say, hey, you know, keep that up and you might have yourself trouble getting into a race. But at the same time, I don't like to read bland, typical stories, you know? I like stuff that I read to have an edge, to have an opinion, to have an agenda of some sort. And so I read and write that. So I don't know. I like to think I'm a little different than a lot of guys out there. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
If we walked away with one thing that you could tell a budding young Aussie out there, because we do need a Steve Methhes in Australia, there's no doubt about it, what is it that you'd tell them?
I think, first of all, stop eating, because you'll end up looking like me. But you know what? No, you know what? You guys have a thriving national series, it looks like. It's too bad about the Super X series going away, but I read about your nationals. It looks like it's very professional, well-run, monsters on board now. So there can be a Steve Methhes in Australia if somebody wants to do it. Just go to the races, meet the riders, think of something that's offbeat, that's not typical that somebody would read, and do that, you know, and just be a big fan. I think that's the number one thing. Be a big fan, and then get in and meet these guys.